Yeah, in between GNCC and coming to California, there was about a 2-month period there where I was back laying asphalt, and the last couple of years, I think it's, I want to win or nothing. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, about an hour and a half east of Melbourne, out in the bush amongst the gum trees like we are right now. So yeah, it's what I love about California too. It's similar to home in a sense of familiar things and just the vibe in general, I feel. So yeah, I love it. Yeah, all in all in America for, I think it's my 5th year now. So love California, it's sick. The racing suits me a little better than what the North Carolina or GNCC did, so good results always brings, a bit more, comfort and whatever else. So yeah, stoked to be in California. It's sick and, kind of got everything. So we can go surfing, go to the mountains, ripping. Not that I do much surfing, but we try a little bit. And yeah, just good spot, good tracks. And yeah, I love it here. So I raced motocross my whole life since I was 5-6 years old. Always did like a one-off off-road event throughout the year, and then another race called the Hatter Desert Race. And then when I first went to seniors for the first 2 years, I kind of had a lot of injuries and motocross wasn't really fun for me no more. So then I switched to off-road when I was 18 years old. My off-road plan and career, I guess, in Australia didn't really go to plan. So I decided to move to America, and to be honest, I think it's the best decision I've ever made. So yeah, all things considered, I think, everything happens for a reason, and yeah, I'm stoked to be here. I'd never been to America before I moved here, so yeah, it was kind of wild, to be fair. I had a good base in North Carolina with really good people, the Reardon family. I moved straight in with them. We had a nice house and things like that, and yeah, just good people around me made it a lot easier. Yeah, for sure, it was pretty wild. Looking back at it, it was a little not crazy, but a little bit wild, I guess you could say. I just packed everything up and kind of left. And when I first come, I was only on a 3-month visa, a holiday visa. There was some times where I was second guessing myself a little bit, like, have I made the right decision? But got through all that and things started looking better, and I'm glad I just never gave up on myself. And yeah, even at the end of 2023 there, I moved back home to Australia with nothing to come back to in GNCC, and I was fixing roads and working again, doing a full-time job, and still had a 5-year visa in America. And I said, I gotta do something about this. And that's when I come to California. I borrowed a 100-hour-old bike, did the first 2 GPs, and then RPM KTM gave me a contract for 2 years, So yeah, I just kept digging, never give up. That's what I live by, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep living by that, and everything happens for a reason. So yeah, I'm stoked to be here, living my life in California. It's sick. Yeah, in between GNCC and coming to California, there was about a 2-month period there where I was back laying asphalt, and 2 years before that, I was full-time racing and trying to make something out of it. And then going back to that, I was like, I don't know, this isn't really for me. And even helped my brother put roofs on houses and stuff, it's brutal work. So for sure, what we do is gnarly, racing dirt bikes, but you know, doing basically a 9-to-5 job, working hard hours is pretty gnarly too. So yeah, that's sort of when it all went down. For sure, with some support from Mike and RPM, but there was no contract or anything at that point. You know, I borrowed a 100-hour-old bike, went racing, and yeah, Mike gave me a 2-year contract. I had a nasty injury actually during the middle of 24. I went home to race Hatter, and I was just training on a regular motocross track and tucked the front and dislocated my ankle and broke my tib fib, I think it was, and directly on top of my foot, which is the worst one. And yeah, the doctors said to me that was in late June, and they said probably 6 months off the bike, which brings us to what, November, December, right? And I was like, I can't. I got a championship to win, you know. The last couple of years, I think it's I want to win or nothing, you know, especially on the 250. 450 now, the first half of this year, like I wanted to win for sure, and then first half of the year kind of didn't really go to plan, and I started getting some seconds, and I was happy with seconds, you know. Racing Dante and, you know, getting pretty close to him, I was happy with that. But, you know, I'm sort of back to the point now where I want to win no matter what. I mean, it's easy to sit at home in Australia and think about it and want to do it, but it's another thing doing it, right? You know, actions speak louder than words. So yeah, I think it's for anyone who wants to do it and, you know, has any doubts or whatever. I think you just gotta make it happen. You know, you just got to get out there, put yourself out there, try to make it work, you know. So I mean, yeah, if I didn't make a decision to come back to California back in end of 23, start of 24, I dare say I'd probably still be laying roofs with my brother or laying asphalt with my mates, you know. So it's yeah, it's one of them things. Chase your dreams, and like I said before, never give up. Can never give up. Yeah, so we went to a little rally riding in Morocco. That was cool. I know I want my future to be in Dakar, you know, in the Rally World Championship. So I want to have a long career in motorcycle racing, and, you know, rally at 35 is still for sure reasonable. You can do that. You can go race Dakar at 35, 40 years old. And, you know, I'm 25 now, so, you know, I want to make another 10, 15 years for sure out of it. And yeah, I think that's the way to go. And, you know, Daniel Sanders, another guy from my area at home, I grew up 20 minutes from him. He's older than me, so like we grew up, went to the same high school and stuff. So he won Dakar last year. You know, he's a 2025 Dakar champ. Yes, 25. So yeah, it's like, I'm seeing what he's doing. I think it's sick, you know. It's an Australian guy like Toby Price also went and winning Dakars and things like that. So it's like, I want to try get there one day. It's for sure a long process. It's a big commitment. It's gnarly. So yeah, I think that's, you know, what I want my future to be, and hopefully we can make it happen.